welcome back. I just got off the subway in Seoul and I am so excited about today. I am meeting up with a friend of mine who's been living here for I think about 4 years, and we are going to the, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, just bear with me, Gyeongbokgung Palace here in Seoul, which as I understand it is one of the several palaces that are here in Seoul. And then we're going to go to the National Museum of Contemporary Art, and I can't wait for that because I have not been to an art museum in months. So I'm here with my friend. She's behind my camera right now. She's being my cameraman. I'm so thankful for her. But we are here at the Gyeongbokgung, is that how you say it? Yeah, palace. And we have just seen the inside where the king would sit, and then the quarters where some people would live. And as a history major, I have to say that I've just kind of been freaking out this entire time. Everything is so beautiful and it is so ornate. And I can't stop thinking that I'm at Disney World, even though I know I'm not. But I'm so thrilled to actually be here where all of the history is. So exciting! I love it here! I just wanted you to enjoy this shot behind me because I have not been able to get over how beautiful this place is the entire time that I've been here. I'm really sad to be leaving, but we're gonna move on because we have tickets for the art museum at like 6 p.m. and like I said before, haven't been to an art museum in probably close to a year, and I'm so excited for that. But this is probably the very first historical Korean thing that I've experienced since moving here, and what an experience it was. I will definitely be coming back, and I got some insider intel from my friend Janet that if I come back on a weekday in the mornings, this place will be totally to myself and it'll be totally serene. So tip, if you want to come here, come in the morning when it's not very busy, and I'll be coming back in the morning at some point just to experience how beautiful this place is when there are no people around. But this was incredible. Cannot get over just how beautiful this place was. Okay, so I realized that my palace vlog ended very abruptly yesterday, and I really have no excuse other than the fact that I just got talking with my friend. We had so many things to talk about, and I just forgot to film. So I decided to pick back up today. I'm back at the river where I walk all the time, run all the time, and I already can sense this like becoming a theme in my videos is like walking by the river, but it's great. I really love it. It's one of the perks of where I live. Anyway, just got very busy talking, didn't film as much, so I wanted to come back on today and just give some final thoughts, kind of wrap up the vlog. So I said earlier that it was kind of like being at Disney World, and I was just kind of reflecting on that, and I was like, you know what, it is like being at Disney, because as someone who's from the US and has never traveled to Asia before, my whole conception of buildings that look like Joseon Dynasty era buildings is that amusement parks are things that are built afterwards to look like things from a certain era. As someone who studies art and art history particularly, which encompasses architecture obviously, there is a real draw to being able to go and see architectural buildings in person and actually experience them. As much as you can look at images, as much as you can watch videos, as much as you can think that you know something, when you actually experience it physically, whether you go to a gallery and see an artwork or whether you go in person and see a historical building, you just really can't imagine the layers that its physicality adds to it. And I think that that is one of the biggest things that draws me to traveling in the first place. The chance it gives you to physically and in an embodied way experience art and experience places and experience cultures. I studied history for 4 years in college, looking towards graduate school in history, and so I understand how important it is to like read about things and certainly look at images of things, but then you go in person and you experience something. And you just realize like all the intricacies that were there that you could not have fabricated unless you were actually with it. I think that going to see the palace yesterday was just my very first chance to experience something like that in a culture that is unfamiliar to me. I've never been to Asia before, and all of the buildings that I've been able to see have been Western. They've been in Europe or they've been in the United States. Also, as an American, the US does not have that many old historical buildings. I think some of our oldest are forts or things that were built by settlers, like the Spanish coming to places like St. Augustine, Florida. I think that like the fort in St. Augustine is from like the 1600s. So obviously most things here are going to be much, much older than that. I'm always just kind of awestruck because I'm not used to seeing things that are so old. Those are my thoughts on the palace. Would love to go back. Very, very excited to see all of the other palaces that are here in the area. And then we went to the art museum, and we went to the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, the Seoul branch. They have branches in several different cities here. I also just really, really loved that. I focused on contemporary art, but I focused on contemporary art of Latin America when I wrote my senior thesis. I would say I prefer more modern and contemporary art and like my broader art historical preference, I guess, even though like it's all great. Do I really have a preference? No. Like if I had to pick one, it would be that. Yeah, anyways, I really loved going, and I also really did not know a lot of the art there. So that's part of the reason why I didn't film when we were at the museum that much, is because for the most part, I didn't know that much about it. So like I couldn't even add a lot of great commentary. But I also really love going to see art that I don't know that much about, because I think it's important to go and interact with objects that you aren't familiar with and to have to assign meaning to them and to analyze them on a very purely visual means. It's a very good exercise to do, and it's just like challenging in a different way that I think sometimes going to a museum where you're familiar with all the objects isn't. So I would say any of you guys who like art, don't be afraid to just do that. See what you see visually and then see if you can assign any meaning to it. It's a really cool thing to do. And then, you know, just like reading like the gallery labels is super cool, can give you so much insight into what's actually like going on in a museum. Anyways, those are my closing thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. I have some really cool things planned for the next few weeks. Anyways, I think I'm gonna keep walking here for a little bit because it's beautiful. The leaves are changing, obviously not behind me. Every time I say the leaves are changing on this channel, I'm by like pine trees, so they actually don't change, and I'm kind of mad about it because, well, I guess you can see like there. See, I'm not making it up. The leaves are changing. I've got to go grocery shop, do some meal prep, just like having a very chill Saturday. I'm excited for it. I think I kind of need a chill Saturday. So, like I said, thank you so much for watching this vlog. Stay tuned for more. Bye.